So here with Simon Barber of Assystem. You're very keen to talk about the role of nuclear. Now the current government seems very keen to speed up the rollout. I wonder if you can talk to us a little bit about your role in that.
Absolutely, thank you, David. So at Assystem, what we do, 80% of the work we do is in nuclear. So it's kind of in our DNA, and we work globally. We work to deliver nuclear projects throughout their life cycle. So from the early inception through design engineering and construction, and then through life support to operators, and ultimately taking plants apart at the end of their life. So these announcements and the government drive to accelerate nuclear is hugely important to us and our business, and we've got a vital role to play in it.
Okay, and I think I'm interested in public engagement, ensuring there's public buy-in with nuclear. How do you go about doing that, and where do you think we are with that?
I think on the whole, particularly in the UK, the public sentiment towards nuclear is increasingly popular. And it has been like that for some years now, which is great. And I think when we look globally, what we're seeing is countries that have previously not delivered nuclear or have stopped delivering nuclear. And I look at Italy, who previously had a nuclear program and stopped. I looked at Denmark, who have never had a nuclear program. And countries are increasingly looking to nuclear as part of their long-term energy mix. And that's really driven by energy security, energy sovereignty, as well as delivering low-carbon energy into their grid systems.
And top priority, obviously, is in any energy system is stability. And you feel nuclear is the right thing to throw into the mix to secure that.
Yeah, nuclear's always had that role as always on baseload generation. So in a grid that's increasingly dominated by renewables, actually from an operational point of view, having nuclear on the grids really helps the operators to keep a stable grid and keep the lights on.
Okay. I wonder if you can tell me, what are the top immediate priorities for you, really short term, sort of 12 months to 3 years?
I think we're at a really interesting time with the final investment decision for Sizewell C signed last year. And even in the past 2 weeks, we've seen Rolls-Royce SMR sign their contract with Great British Energy Nuclear to build 3 SMRs at the Wilver site in Anglesey. So there's a huge amount happening, a huge amount of change. Great British Energy is new. So I see 2026 really as a year where we get all the mechanisms in place that enable us to deliver at pace and at scale.
Okay. All right, and slightly longer term, where do you see us being in terms of nuclear in perhaps 5, even 10 years?
I think if we get to the early 2030s, then I think we're going to see the first SMR in the UK getting close to completing construction, and obviously great progress on Sizewell C and Hinkley Point C, grid connected and operating safely. What I think we see then, particularly in terms of SMR, is that drumbeat of delivery. So SMR, the best way and the most efficient way to deliver is to actually have a sort of a 1 a year type program where we're continuously building and delivering. And of course, international orders are really important there. And I think the fact we've seen Rolls-Royce SMR sign their contract with Czech in Czechia, and in the final stages of the competition in Sweden, I think is hugely important because it makes the case for SMR delivery internationally.
Okay. Cool. And one word to sum up how things are feeling then?
Exciting.
Exciting. Brilliant. Okay, Simon Barber, thank you so much.
Thank you, David.
Thank you.